professionally done, I was one of the people that would come and ask where you had been. So, well, is that Don Julio?
Of course.
Yes, he is Don Julio. Yeah.
Okay.
We got to finish this so I can get this ball right.
That right there is trouble.
Well, here, let me get that off your hands.
Help you out.
Let me help you out a little bit.
Let me get me on.
I think my cup away. But I have red shotgun. Got two.
Yo, welcome to the 748 podcast. Like a motherfucker, we got the guest already choking and coughing.
Jeez.
He blazing up, he turning red in the face and shit. The fuck?
What happened?
You feel better?
Yes, I do in my James Bond voice.
In your James Bond voice. The first James Bond.
My James Bond villain voice.
Okay.
Was that the one in Octopussy? You remember that movie?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I'm telling my
Say
age
that
too.
word.
Was that the one with Christopher Walken in it too?
No, that was
I couldn't tell you.
What was that one? What's her name was in Octopussy?
Man, Roger
Grace
Moore.
Jones.
Grace Jones, yeah.
Right, but that was Roger Moore. James
Roger,
Bond.
yeah, that was Roger Moore, James Bond, yeah. Octopussy.
And matter of fact, he was the only James Bond you saw with a sister too.
He was. No,
Other way
Pierce
than
Bronson and Halle
Berry.
Berry. Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Pierce
I don't
Bronson
think
and
he
Halle
got the
Berry.
draws, though.
Yeah, huh?
I don't think Pierce Bronson got the draws.
He smashed. He did smash. I felt like
I
he
don't
did.
remember.
Yeah, you remember
I
when?
know Roger Moore did because Grace Jones turned him out. You
Oh,
can
she
tell.
had to turn his ass out. I wanted Grace Jones to turn me out when I saw her ass in Conan
Hey,
the
listen,
Barbarian and shit.
You remember that?
She had Arnold
Have you seen Woman
Arnold's
King?
face when she did that shit too. Hey.
But for a long time, you know what? I didn't know that Grace Jones was Jamaican for a very long time. Maybe until like
I didn't know.
the late
I knew
90s.
I
you know?
thought she was French at first.
Right, me too.
Yeah.
I thought she was French at first or whatever.
Why? Because you saw her in Boomerang talking shit?
No, before Boomerang. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that be overseas that sing American real well.
Yeah.
And they will be mostly from England, from the UK, but some people are French too.
Right,
as well,
right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
And a lot of Jamaicans are in Paris and
That's
Yeah.
right.
the King
A lot of
George.
Africans too. You know?
Yeah.
But you remember that scene?
Yeah, but
There you go.
you remember when there was James Earl Jones in the beginning? He killed his parents.
On Conan the Barbarian.
The
Was
first
that
one.
James Earl
Yeah,
Jones?
he was looking. He stared at him. He looked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had the long hair. He had the long hair.
I could have been 4 years old. Wilt Chamberlain
No,
was
it was
in
like-
there. That was Wilt Chamberlain was in there too.
The second one.
Wow.
He was in the second
he
one.
was second.
Oh, okay.
He was in the second.
I know the producer. Look at Bottlepopper. I know the producer's like, what the fuck is these niggas?
I remember, like, I swear to God, the outfits the niggas had on just look like they arms, just look like they, you know how you look like you musty all the time.
All day long.
They just
Yeah.
look like musty under the arms all the time with that Pharaoh. and shit.
Bruh, hell yeah. I know they was hot as shit in them costumes.
Okay, introduce everybody to our guest.
Okay. Our guest today is one of the OGs, man. He got history between Jacktown, Chicago, Los Angeles, California, all kind of places, man. But we on a different level with him today. We're going to be talking to my man, Pharaoh. Y'all give it up. Make some noise for Pharaoh. He got stories.
Big homie, yeah.
Stories. A big old homie. I remember when we first met, he ain't like me.
Well, look. That's the case for
Everybody. Everybody got a story like that.
Gotta know him to love him, like for real.
Everybody got a story like
Hey.
But when we started talking, I was like, damn, we on the same level. Yeah.
that's
So,
true.
but he's here with us at 748 podcast, man. And he's got products today.
What kind of products?
Boy, we're going to let him talk about the
see a
products,
bag.
man.
The products are stage 5 pothead products.
Okay.
They are all infused with, how shall I say, cannabis.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Now,
Tell us more. Yeah,
The
yeah.
good humans make cannabis butter and cannabis oil. I make hash butter, hash oil.
Now explain that to people.
Well, their process is that they cook their butter for a nice, good, clean infused time, about 8 hours.
Okay.
I don't cook mine for any less than 13.
Okay.
Then they use a cheesecloth and they strain theirs a bunch of different ways. I kind of leave still some of the infused materials in the butter so that you get a rawer form. And that way, like, how shall I say, 4 ounces of my butter, like a stick of mine, is like 1,000 milligrams.
Wow.
The same 2 packs that you would cut off, put in on your pancakes.
Yeah.
Put your syrup over. The syrup's
Yeah.
gonna melt the pancakes.
Yeah.
Feel you how you feeling, just like you blew a hole with the pancakes.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That's a great day for somebody, huh, Bottlepopper?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then I do coconut oil, vegetable oil.
Coconut
I
oil
infuse
is my
everything.
favorite.
I will make you a pot of collard greens and cornbread.
Wow.
The whole house knocked out.
Wow.
Coconut oil is the best.
Yeah. I gotta, look, man, I had one before. This is 2019, 2020.
Right?
It's not for everybody. I did the wrong thing. I ate the whole fucking cookie. I did.
Lightweight.
It was just, it just kept it seemed like every 10, 15 minutes, the shit kept times 10ing.
But you're not a smoker, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
expect
And,
that, you know?
and that's the thing I don't understand about that. Like people that don't smoke, they go straight to edibles.
yeah.
Straight to edibles.
That's not
like
the thing to do.
okay, and
Yeah.
then the thing about it, they don't know how to eat or consume edibles, so they'll eat something
low,
like a
eat
cookie,
slow.
just eat one whole and be like, oh man, I don't feel nothing. And then next thing you know, eat another cookie.
Yeah, because I called Bottle Pop. I never forget I called. I was like, yeah, I ate this cookie. And like right when I said that, the shit hit me.
Yeah, change.
Yeah, it like that. Just like that. You get.
And he started talking crazy.
I was talking shit. I was like, yeah, but
Yeah,
and
that
the
happened
hummer-
before. I done walked up into some shit like, what the fuck
Yeah.
going on?
And you know what? She left me. I'm still mad at her ass for this
Hey, nigga, you
today.
high.
She was like, nigga, you high. Call me back. Left me fucking
Hey, I'm
stranded.
sorry. Like you listen to me. You got me cheesing over here. I need to put the hat on to cover the horns up. You
Yeah.
feel me? The fangs in my mouth.
Yeah.
Not pull outs.
Yeah.
Listen to me. That's why I make them.
Right.
Believe it or not, listen, I get strange satisfaction from a story. I remember when I first started making the butter.
Bring your mic closer to you,
And I was
too.
learning the ratio of how to do the mathematics with respect to the dosage, or
Right.
how many milligrams would be in this much butter versus this much cannabis or weed that I'm cooking, that type of thing. So I made some chocolate cupcakes, and I had not even learned how to spike icing or any of that. I was just making the cupcakes, And I remember explaining to my mom, don't touch those cupcakes. There's like 5 of them in the microwave. I was like, whatever you do, the cookies are straight, okay, because I had made some for my kids and everything, but hey, don't touch the cupcakes.
Yeah.
So I come back, it's 2 cupcakes missing. And I'm thinking to myself, damn. First of all, let's make sure. Then none of the kids eat the cupcakes, right? No, we straight. Then I go back there in the back, and my mom and my son is sitting there. My oldest son is sitting there with my mom, and he has a look on his face like, man, Pop. And she's looking at me like, what was in those cupcakes? And I was like, I told you don't touch the cupcakes.
Yeah.
She said, well, I ate one, and it tastes so good, I ate another.
That's usually what happens. That's usually what
You
happens.
ate both of them.
Man.
And listen to me, the next 4 hours, you understand? That's how you find out if you're really evil or not. I'm sorry to say, like, I laughed my ass.
At your mama. Pointing at it and all kind of shit, right?
And I'm talking about, I heard stories I wasn't supposed to hear. You feel me? She must have washed her face about 11 times.
Yep.
Wow.
Baby, I love you.
But you
it
know
ain't
what?
gonna
I was tripping like that too. I was tripping like that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I know I went to sleep like this.
Wow.
Hey, but not true.
I know I did.
the other side of that, the reason why I make them that way is because it took for somebody that was on chemotherapy to come and talk to me about the strength, the directness of the edible, how it affected them. And then I talked to somebody else who had tried them, who had lupus. And I talked to somebody else who they put on, who had fibromyalgia. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Long story short, I did 11 years, 7 months in prison.
Okay.
While I was locked up, my sister passed away from cancer and my father passed away from cancer. So in the process of having always been that guy from high school to now that I don't care how you know me or who knows me, there's always a weed story involved. How we met or what, something like that.
Yeah.
Even when I was doing security and traveling the world and everything, I was the one guy that knew how to get weed through security at the airport and all that type of stuff. So
how sweet? No, I'm just
so the other side of it is when I came up with the name Stage 5 Pothead, I was indeed motivated by self-mastery and coming to elevating above your conscious level and so forth and so on. But I also was motivated by the fact that they take the number of power and make it the worst stage of cancer.
Yeah.
Right.
And yet everybody I meet seems to either have been able to master their high or not. So in the process of Stage 5, I just kind of looked at it like, well, you're always trying to get to the mountaintop, the upper room, you know what I'm saying, till you meet the drunken master, however it goes, I didn't want anything else to be lost or take Stage 5. Let's take that and turn it, flip it. Let's take that number of power and put it on. Let's master your high, but at the same time, let's create something that can help people with Stage 5 cancer.
Right, and that was my next thing. So, like, you're making the treats, right?
Right.
So, are you selling like the butters separate too, or do you, even if you're not? I guess that's what. Okay,
I do.
Gotcha.
Not only do I sell the butter, but I even do catered events. Like I said, I make you a pot of collard greens and cornbread that's infused. That as long as you make sure everybody understands what they're dipping into. You feel me?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I make them to help as many people as I can that may suffer from anything from in the rainbow of chronic depression, PTSD, anxiety, sleeplessness, pain. Then some people deal with a weight that is a choice of what's the worst possible thing that could happen to me. You feel me? Well, everybody that I've met that smokes weed has a story or reason behind it. But every time I light one, I'm celebrating life.
Right.
Absolutely.
Real talk.
Right.
Every single fucking time. And you can see me light one 2 times or 20, baby.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
We celebrating it every time. But it's not a thing to throw off responsibility because truthfully, like, it's not really even about a belief. Like, mastery is knowing, being, and doing the ING in real time.
Gotcha.
So if we all are striving or moving towards trying to manifest to be the best version of ourselves, then let's put something on the books that's going to cultivate the best version of what we can.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Without all the extra bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, going back to your making butter process.
Okay.
Now, when you make the butter, like say you use a cup of butter or a cup of oil?
No, I'll take a pound of butter, which is say four sticks, four ounce sticks, and put
4 8
maybe
ounce
3.5 ounces
4 ounces
on 4 sticks, 4 to 6 sticks of butter.
How many ounces?
Maybe 3.5 ounces.
Of bud?
Yes.
For 4 sticks?
Right, but I'll choose bud like, okay, I'm the guy that a lot of people, truthfully and untruthfully, you understand, take with them to when they're making them good selections of that bud they tell you they have from dispensaries to your cat, in the hood. I'm one of the guys that you take with you to sit down and blow it all, and I tell you, hey, that's good, that's not, that right there is some bullshit, that's cloned, that's sprayed. I don't know, it's just one of them things, I just...
So you studied it. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Wow.
I spent, and what's crazy is in the amount of time that I couldn't smoke it when I was in prison, I didn't do anything but read about cultivating it, growing it, the aromatics, you know, the benefits of it, you know, believe it or not,
So you were seeing
cannabis
the
is
future.
a superfood. You
You
know,
see in the future.
well, I call myself being on some Lex Luthor shit. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I'm not mad about it. I get it. I get it. So, man, wow. So, the amounts that you put in each, like if you're doing cookies, I mean, do you have a set situation where, like, if I'm saying I got pain, or if somebody else is saying they can't sleep, or if somebody else is saying that I need energy in the day, do you break it up
Exactly.
like that?
What I'll do is, that's a really good question. Say in our initial consultation.
Yeah.
Okay. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to play like I'm rich, where I can reach and grab every single thing that you need when you need it, how you need it.
Right.
Baby. But if you and say two other, oh wow, this is a really good time to call.
Yeah.
But okay. Excuse me. Anyway,
No, you good. You good.
what I would do is I'll listen specifically to what's happening with you, what you're dealing with, but in the midst of that, interpret your energy. Your energy is your first currency.
There you
I don't
go.
care how you present yourself, the energy that comes from how you talk, what you're dealing with, and in the pain that you have, all that shit that's in the background. Say, for instance, if I listen to that, I'll say, well, okay, you want energy, but you also want something that helps you deal with the stress at the end of the day. Then I know you need like a 60-40 sativa hybrid, and that would be 60% sativa, 40% indica.
Gotcha.
And what that'll do is that'll bring it on you kind of fast. It'll give you the munchies, but the backside of it is it'll let you relax, and you'll have a relaxed sleep. You'll have a good night's sleep.
Oh.
So you make these edibles, you know, according to what a person might need.
Well, I make the generality based on, let's say, my chocolate chip cookies deal with an array of things. My brownies do the same. Then if that next week, my particular menu, I'm cooking with a strain that treats different symptoms, what I do is the customers that I have that are within my membership, then I'll send them a menu and I'll tell them this week I'm cooking with this strain, this treats this does this does that. If you're already a customer with me and I see you every week, then I'm already making cookies, brownies, or real talk, something specifically that you like. It could be anything from gingerbread cookies to fucking chocolates with caramel centers.
Like a Hershey's Kisses
Right.
or something.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
just you might make some butter and indica, some butter and sativa, or
Right.
you're not just want to just mix them all together.
No, I make most of my butter is indica, because truthfully, if I had a daughter, I would name her Indica.
Okay.
But
Good shit.
the other side of it is I can only be a little selfish. So what I do is, for as much as I want to see you sitting in the sink at work, spraying yourself with water, trying to stay cool. You understand? With the evil
Yeah.
smile on my face, you know, Palpatine style, but
I love this dude. We on the same
right,
level.
you feel me? But the other side of it is, I really like the fact that if I see somebody that has back pain or neck pain or headaches, they can eat a half a cookie or a whole cookie and know that they're in a safe place or space in that time, and ain't no motherfucking fentanyl involved in it. There ain't no pharmaceuticals that touch you in that respect, because all of my products are as organic as I can afford them to be. So if I buy some chocolate chips and they're not organic, that's only because the people who sell the organic shit was out, and it's
Okay.
3-4 orders up, you
Yeah.
feel me? And I got to go ahead on and get it done.
Right.
And, you know, unfortunately, I'm not at a position where the dollar is more important than the integrity of the multiple
The product.
orders.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
So, wow, man. Dang, that's a mouthful. So let me ask you this with the product itself. So if somebody has headache or muscle neck pain, you know, because I have this every now and again. How long, like if you eat a half a cookie, so to speak, how long does that last, and can it, you know, And is it a situation where you say, well, I'm addicted to it, as opposed to somebody saying, damn, I need my meds right now? You know what I'm saying? Do you call eating edibles an addiction as opposed to taking a drug or like an Aleve for the pain?
Well, first of all, in the defense of cannabis, there's nothing addictive about cannabis whatsoever.
Gotcha.
There are no addictive qualities in it. There's nothing produced in it unless you have bought it where it's been sprayed with a substance that has addictive qualities to it with respect to, like, say, fentanyl.
Okay.
You know, that type of thing. But on the other side of it, what happens is the short version is it helps you in ways that until you, like, you could eat your first cookie.
Yeah.
And because you've seen a bunch of different stories, you're going to experience some of those stories.
Because you remember it.
Right, because you remember that. Right. But after, say, that second or third cookie, you know, if you are really trying to master your high, you may have a 15 to 20 minute window before it really sets in on you. Yeah. I'll touch
Pull up, baby.
More time. Like I say, I got a 3 out of 2, max 3. So,
4.
you know, in the process.
We going for 4.
Is it 4? Damn.
3. We going for 4.
Start talking shit in a minute.
That's good.
You know, but now in the process of what happens is like I said, if you're trying to master your high, just like anybody who's taking medication, you know where your window is before you begin to feel it. You should begin to understand truthfully what your functionality is. You know, like, can I eat a half cookie and still work? I damn sure know I can't eat a whole cookie and still work, because the last time I woke up high. You know what I'm saying to you? So,
because that shit didn't wear off me till the next night. You know what I'm saying?
I would suggest a person that doesn't, you know, smoke or consume, to start out with edibles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's not. It's like you can kind of sort of control the high somewhat, so to speak, when you're smoking. You know, because when you have that high, you can drink something or either eat something that'll kind of
bring you down.
You know what I'm saying? Instantly, but. When you have an edible, that's in your bloodstream, bro, and you just gotta hold on for the ride. You just gotta hold on. You just gotta hold on.
And you know, the greatest thing about it is, it's like when you see somebody who's never had them before.
Oh my goodness!
Excuse me. When they get that, how long does this last? Question.
As long as you want it to.
You feel me? Right. Like, they don't realize, and it's just it rides you and it sits on you real heavy.
Oh, it has. You talking about me?
Yes.
You talking about me? Literally.
I'm talking about everybody, because what's so crazy is, like, I get up every day like the dude in the Dunkin' Donuts commercial. You feel me? Like some Black Willy Wonka shit, making the candy and cookies. Gotta make the donuts. So it's like. Matter of fact, let me give you an example. Today I made Cinnamon Toast Crunch cookies.
Wow.
And tomorrow I'll be making lemon cookies.
Right.
And like them old-fashioned Miss Eddas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? So, you know, but it's like in a day's time, I might taste the first one, taste the second one. I know the quality of it after that. But if I'm making multiple batches, then I'm going to taste or sample at least a piece of what I'm sending out there to make sure, because I'm quality control.
Right.
Okay. Now you think to yourself, if I ate a cookie and ate half of this, I got a piece of this one, I got from the batter, okay, that's good consistency right there. Man, listen, I'm drinking black coffee all day just for balance. You understand? So when I tell you, like, I'm the stage 5 pothead, like, I can remember I got pulled over in Madison County,
Right. Now, how long ago?
Last year.
Okay.
Cat pulls up on me. He's like, well, you know, Mr. Such, are you aware you smell like marijuana? I was like, I always smell like weed. Like, there probably isn't a time you know what I'm saying? I could be, doesn't matter where I'm at. I said, I told him, I said, well, you can, you know, I'm the elder god on the internet, then you can find me at Stage 5 Pothead, you know, any of that with respect to cannabis. You understand? So he looks at me and is like, but the guy behind him is like, bip, 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 bip. So while we're holding the conversation and he's peeping my body language and, do you have any marijuana in the car? I was like, now besides 2-3 blunts I got in the cup. You know, he's like, well, you know, I'm going to have to get that. And I'm like, damn. You know, he's like, I can't believe your candor. Like, I just can't believe you're so honest. I was like, what do I got to hide from you?
Yeah.
I said, legal or not, medicinal or not,
Yeah.
my going through these changes with you is futile. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? Because you already suspect me of everything I'm not supposed to have in the first place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said, well, I really appreciate your candor. I appreciate yours. And right then, the white boy behind him was like, yeah, he's telling the truth. Yeah, he's stage 5 pothead. Yeah, you know, and he's going through the videos. You can hear him listening to me, you know, make different things. I was like, yeah, but see, there's no point in me looking at you like you're doing anything other than a job, because that's what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Truthfully or untruthfully.
Did they give you a ticket?
Well, what he did was he gave me a warning.
And they took
Wow.
They took your weed though, didn't they?
They did take the weed,
Yeah.
and I told him, I said,
They blazed that
now,
shit.
what's so crazy is he said,
They split that.
Yeah.
what happened is any other law enforcement agencies that pull you over will see these notations that I've made with respect to your candor and your profession and what you do, and they'll know, you know, right off. And I was like, at first I started to take that like, damn, why you do that shit? But then I thought, well, I'll tell you what, gratitude, thank you. That way, because that'll keep me from having to go through all of the hoopla and the changes and explaining this shit to 2-3 other white boys. You know what I'm saying to you? Because you're already looking as though I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing, despite the fact that it's legal. You know what I'm saying to you? So you're going to take advantage of us 2 different ways. We already got to admit we got to have some type of condition to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? Then on the other side of it, we still got to act like we don't have it, keep from going to jail, because that's a system of money making in and of itself.
There it is.
You know,
Wow.
Cabini out to Benefucci.
But they
Wow.
kept your bud.
Say
They
again.
kept your bud. Your 2 blunts.
Oh
that you
yeah,
had?
they kept that.
They split that,
They
bro.
got that.
They
Oh, yeah,
split
they
that.
got
So it didn't go anywhere.
I know you was.
Man, what?
It wasn't wrote into
Listen,
evidence or
and what's
anything.
so crazy was that was a strain called the Ghost of Leroy.
Oh, Lord.
Ghost of
Man,
Leroy.
what?
You said it was 2.
Leroy.
They got 1 each.
Wow.
That has to be probably in my top 5 favorite strains.
Right.
The
You know what I'm
Ghost of
saying to you?
Leroy.
Yeah.
And I have tried a lot of them. I get paid to, I get samples in the mail, and I get paid by companies and growers to smoke it, sample it. Does it do what it's supposed to do? Does it taste like it's supposed to taste? Is it what we need it to be for you and them?
Right.
You understand? So when you look at that write-up, sometimes if you see some respect, because I'll tell you, like, hey, I had a strain here recently called Sugar Cookies, right?
Okay.
It's an indica hybrid, 70-30. But she's such a bad bitch. You understand what I'm saying to you? That
Yeah.
She'll have you calling, trying to find out what's wrong if you can't get her. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
that's good coffee right there. Like,
That's what's
you
up.
know, and the other side of it is here's the thing: when the dispensaries hit, they're gonna have you thinking they're doing all of this holistic shit for you, and you're gonna get mediocre weed.
And that's what my next question was. All right, with the industry about to take the fuck off in Mississippi. All right. Well, it is going to take off. Who and what is your competition?
I would say pretty much everybody, just simply because.
And is the competition good or bad?
when nobody makes treats the way Stage 5 Pothead does.
Gotcha.
You know, just outside of my materials and products being organic, then the love that I put into it, what I make individually to see, because I do it for the culture.
Right.
Like,
well, I think people appreciate culture shit more than they appreciate industry shit.
well, truthfully,
you know
like,
what I'm
don't
saying?
get me wrong. I want you to be healed. I want you to be the best version of yourself.
Right.
But I'm trying to get you high. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like those videos of, oh my God, you know, this is the day that, you know, everybody found the brownies. The whole house was slick. You know what I'm saying to you? Or your mama dancing in the living room to Pink Floyd, and she ain't never listened to nothing but gospel music before that. You know, that kind of
That's
shit.
that shit I want to trick
understand?
my parents with.
That's the
I
shit.
want to trick my parents
Real
with some
talk.
shit like
I'm
that.
sorry.
Don't trick them, just give it to them.
Here, take this. Y'all eat these cookies.
When I got out the joint, I happened to be looking at a Superman cartoon
See, I told you me the same. I told you.
I study a lot of things. You feel
comic
me?
books especially.
Like, well, I did. I was an avid comic book collector.
Thank you,
Matter of
sir.
fact, my
Thank
brother's
you, sir.
still mad at me.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
I've been trying to tell this chick
your
that.
nerddom is validated. Okay.
Well, here's the thing about nerdom on the comic book side. I had X-Men 1 through 181.
Get the fuck out of here.
Pristine. My
Wow.
brother's still mad at me because issue 2, just issue 2, is worth $440,000. So he's still hot with me about, you know.
Do you still have them?
No, because I'm gonna tell you, I went through a karma thing. The type of things that I used to do and be involved with are a lot different now.
Yeah.
You know, and in the midst of my kind of realizing and without the sellout and going to church every Sunday because I still lived a double life, didn't matter. I gave away the entire collection as a gift.
You gave that shit
I
away?
did. And I had way more than that. We had way more than that.
So you are from Jackson, right?
No, I'm originally from Chicago,
Okay.
south side of Chicago.
Okay.
Blackstone till I die, till the heavens fall.
He means it.
Okay.
You know?
Means it.
But
yeah.
I'm the last of the old guard.
Yeah.
You know, like when I tell you made guys should act like made guys, that's true.
Okay.
Real language. Yeah.
You know, and like we run into a lot of youngsters that nowadays is blamed on the fact that they had this or didn't have that. Like, listen to me. If you're depressed and you got to post it, you're not depressed.
You're not depressed.
Right.
Oh God.
You feel me?
Looking for some
If you're
sympathy.
sad,
If you've been touched or tampered with and you got to post it,
Right.
you ain't really been affected
okay.
by how that has affected you or should have.
Right.
Right.
It's different.
Right.
So now that we have empowered our youngsters to get a trophy for just showing up,
Okay.
many of them don't think that some of the body language they put off or the energy they put out, that there's a price for it. And having done time for causing chaos and hurting people in my life, you know, then I would say to you this: energy is the first currency. How you talk, what you say, how you say it, how you present yourself. The body language you give off, all these things tell a story and give more information than you realize. And some of us know how to read it. And you have some people, believe it or not, that feed off of that bullshit. You know? And they'll put you in a betwixt situation that will make you choose between what you believe and what you know.
So how long has it been since you've been locked up?
I was about 13, 14 years.
In 14 years?
Yeah, I got out. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I'm high. I would say about 12 and a half, 13.
Okay.
I got out 2011, 2012.
Okay. So
Right when I met you.
You've been out a while.
Oh, yeah, I was really institutionalized when you met me. That's true. And you know what?
What?
Let me pay homage right now. Thank you very much for bringing this up. Because let me tell you something about this brother sitting here next to me.
Right.
We go back like fat crayons and car seats.
Oh wow.
All right.
You know,
All right.
I remember when
Real shit.
when I was doing security for a lot of different artists, stuff like that, one of the first people I met, entertainment-wise, hip-hop-wise, any of that, was Phingaprint. And at the time, it was Kamikaze and
Banner. Right.
You know.
Right.
But me and Phingaprint really kind of hit it off. And what's so tripped out is when I got out of prison, him not knowing or knowing, brother gave me an entire wardrobe. He was like, hey, bro, you might be able to use these things in the process of your regrowth coming back, you know. And believe it or not, it was shit. You know, that like when you look at it, you go, well, damn, you really want to give me this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're like, what shit? You know, and that's how I saw it really as a blessing. And when I tell you, eternal blessings go out to the brother. When I tell you I practice other things, I do so unapologetically.
Good
so
shit.
whenever I make a ritual or I make a money bowl, I make a prosperity bowl, I always add that brother to it, simply because, like when I tell you, it's not oftentimes you meet a lot of people who stand they square and hold up for who they are. Because what did Uncle Ben tell Peter Parker? With great power
comes great responsibility.
With
And
my
there it
mans
is
in them
again.
right-
See?
with my mans and them right
no
here.
idea.
And I tell you, like, he really, and he taught me a lesson that day, because there have been several times where I've been faced with situations that old me, might want to reach you and grab you and choke the shit out you.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
new me might tell you, you know what? I tell you what, bro, take that with you and be blessed.
That's being high though.
Real talk.
Calms you down.
Well, raising above your conscious level just says that once you reach the high ground, if you choose to step off the high ground that you earn for petty shit,
Right.
then you didn't really learn the lesson.
Right.
That's who you are in the worst of times is who you really are.
Well, take me from your journey from fresh out of prison to now being in the business that you're in. Just a short journey, a little short walk. You ain't got to go around the
I
corner.
actually was doing artist development.
Okay.
I was doing management. I still do some.
Yeah, because your
artist
son,
development. Right.
he was going one time.
Right, he was
hard.
going hard at that.
Okay,
at that
he was a
time.
rapper?
In fact,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Phingaprint has contributions to his first album.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely.
But I've always been an avid weed smoker. Like, it's crazy because there are thousands of people I've met and have interacted with just from smoking weed.
I know the feeling.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
you forget half of them,
oh
but
my
you
God.
remember the situation.
Right. That's right. And everywhere, all over the
It's
world.
wild. So in the process of that, I'm always, I'm a Virgo. So I'm always looking to elevate or try to see what the best I can do or get or be in the midst of that type of shit, right? So all ego aside, I was trying to look for the best weed I could get my hands on. You know what I'm saying to you?
Spent a lot of time in Cali, huh?
Well, in the process, I'm going to tell you whole different stories about my time out there in the Bay Area. That's different stories.
Oh,
So,
you
look,
said the Bay.
but
All
anywho,
right.
Yeah.
like, now it's like you come to resolutions within it that allow you to kind of say, well, shit. Because here recently in the last, I say 90 days, I got diagnosed with latent epilepsy. Had a seizure at the wheel, learned it the hard way. You know how and I was even in the midst of holistically finding values to try to not have seizures. It slowed them down, but the doctor told me just like this. He said, hey, at your age, your next one could be your last one.
Right.
And he said, and truthfully, he said, I appreciate, what you're contributing to, your knowledge holistically, but it's not going to stop the seizures the way the medication will.
No, that's a lie.
So this is what you can do. You can either change your lifestyle and realize what's happening. He said, because even if you do everything I tell you, something could happen to bring you below the threshold of your medication level and make you susceptible to have a seizure. And my last situation, my youngest son, Sincere, was in the car with me. And it didn't take anything else. Once I knew, waking up from that coma, that he was all right, it didn't take anything else for that universe of my ancestors to tell me, hey, there's a reason why you need to change your lifestyle. So while I am a little slowed and I can't really do things as specific as I'd like to do them sometimes, especially because when Uber picks you up at a car service or whomever's coming to get you, that backseat driving, that shit is aggravating.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying?
What do you... Go ahead, Bob.
So,
Finish your
did
thought.
you start taking the recommended medicine from the doctor?
I did, but initially in my research of cannabis and making edibles, I was making edibles that I'd like to say was slowing my seizures down because it was giving me good therapy in the midst of what I was making, but there were some specific things that I lacked in my knowledge about how to do it to completely stop me. And to be truthful, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
I am an original head. Like when you hear them say on records, original crooks, original heads, I am an original head.
Okay.
So,
What do you have to say to these fucking idiots
Oh gosh.
lacing the marijuana? Because we don't come from that era where that happens. Or if it did, it was
You mean
very
lacing
seldom. Lacing
a
it
blunt
with...
or joint or
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do you have to say to that?
Primos.
He don't
Yeah.
know what the lingo.
I don't know the lingo.
I'll tell you
but
like
I'm
this.
saying with somebody and they putting the wrong thing in the marijuana and it's making them do what the marijuana isn't making them supposed to make them do. Or you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you like
Am I saying this right?
not
Close
really,
enough.
It's
but
close enough, but yeah.
Your choices in life are your choices, regardless of what you choose to blame or what drug you choose to put out there.
Absolutely.
You know, as the reason you did the shit. You know what I'm saying to you? But at the end of the day, if you lace it with something else that's weed related.
Gotcha.
Put some moon rocks in it, some shatter.
Right.
Combine your strains,
type.
right? Combine your strains. You know, take you some cannabis oil.
Oh, that sounds good.
You know, they have cannellini, believe it or not. I do organic juices made from tinctures myself.
Oh, really?
Then for those of you who drink, you can get you a good bottle of Cavassier or Henny or something like that that's infused with cannabis too.
What about
Real
tequila?
talk. Well, tequila too. I think tequila might be a little bit more expensive just simply because of the processes of it and the level of alcohol, different things like that. Darker liquor, I have found easier to infuse, and rum more so than clear liquor.
I probably could do
Okay.
the rum.
But like I said, my level of expertise is always willing to combine or learn or, you know, raise above my conscious level. You dig?
Gotcha.
But to your last question with respect to doing other stuff, like I said, I'm the last of the old guard. You know, I still sit in places that can't be talked about.
Gotcha.
So I come from that school where, you know, let me be selective in my speech. I come from that school where all them cats that spraying it with the fentanyl, you know, personally, I really believe that I just say, I hope you're not with your mama that day when they catch up with you.
Right.
Because you're a menace to society and you add more to the contribution of what the pharmaceutical companies and government conspiracies and so forth and so on with respect to creating these drugs that control the population, you know, put in a mix. So why help them? And I get it, dollar's a dollar. Feel me? You know, fentanyl is one of the most addictive substances on the planet.
Dangerous.
But it's elephant tranquilizer at the end of the day. Now, the culture says, like back in the cut, you could blow one and relax. The munchies was good, you know what I'm saying to you? The laughter was good. The memories were good. You feel me? The energy that you created. I can even remember before I learned the difference in Sativa and Indica, certain things I smoked made me write. You know what I'm saying? She made me contribute to or cultivate better what I was doing more so than just sleep and eat all the shit in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? But discovering that and learning it in and of itself was a whole journey that I got 1,000 beautiful memories from.
Gotcha. And they all here and not on this motherfucker.
That's right
here.
Yeah. Then, like,
That's right.
the people that I've met alone, good and bad.
Yeah.
From smoking weed just takes it to a whole nother level. Like even when people ask me like, well, how you know such. Well, cause I done smoked about 200-300 motherfuckers just like you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I sat in the room with the cat that, and you know what's crazy is like I can remember one time being at a yacht party outside of Miami, working on some shit for my son, like, was that show business bopping, having meetings,
moving around in the industry, moving,
and I end up at a yacht party that Nas and Rick Ross are throwing in Miami. And I'm looking at the contrast in how both of them act and how cats around them act versus the people that are serving them and who's actually working a job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying to you? And yet still, Nas probably was the most relaxed and in control cat in the room. Right. And it was just learning from sitting and watching and observing the energy and the behavior and shit like that. And the reason why I say that is because the other side of it, I learned that from having been one of them brothers in them squads that if you came up on my list on Friday night, you was in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? I holding myself accountable for it. I ended up doing time on the other side of it. And I can tell you now, like, you know, be very selective in your choices. How you manifest and what you do, what you think, that happens right now, you think that shit don't come back Friday or roll back around on you next week, but it does.
Yeah, we're in the quickening.
Real
yes,
talk.
Right now in this era, and everything comes back swiftly.
Man, what?
Yeah, right
and
now.
even with the darkness that would seem to be over our city right now, and the ineffectiveness or indecisiveness of our city leaders and shit like that going on, you would look and see, well, hey, the system is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? We gonna still, get out of it what we can, make the best out of the worst.
Yes.
Right.
What did Mos Def say? What he say? Life is beautiful even when the world is whack.
Yeah.
Right.
So hey, that's how I
Yeah,
rock
what it
with
is.
it.
Man, how could we get a hold? We got an online site, or how do we get in contact to get these products from you, brother?
Right now,
Still in
word of
development.
mouth, it's
Beta.
still in development. We're in beta phases. However, I do have a wonderful Blockbuster Club that if you happen to be associated more so than affiliated,
Right.
then you can come across some really good treats.
Okay.
Okay. I won't necessarily say that they're for sale or given by donation, but they're definitely not for free.
Definitely. Is there any info or anything else you want to tell anybody out there before we get out of here?
I really appreciate you having me today.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming. Yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you a lesson I learned here today, man. Sitting here, I haven't been doing enough.
But
And I
enough
appreciate
tequila?
you, like real shit. No, I appreciate you for pushing me because, believe it or not, bro, I had been at me on the slick side a different kind of way about coming out here.
Right.
And it wasn't until, and I think he may have known that, it wasn't until I got here and I really saw the energy and how it flowed and what I needed to do post this to continue with respect to good public relations. Because I do, believe it or not, a sister by the name of Angie Collins out of Los Angeles, California, is my cannabis PR.
Okay.
So a lot of the things, like I do Stage 5 Pothead, the Wake and Bake show in the morning, you might be able to catch it. If, it just depends on who you plug with, what you know, how you know it, via Instagram. But I don't promote myself in that respect just simply because, like, how's it say, never take a tangible form until one is necessary.
There you go.
But the form you see before you now is of indelible character.
There it is. That's real language, yeah. Well, man, we definitely appreciate you, man. Y'all be on the lookout for that product. Give us the name of it one more again.
Stage 5 Pothead.
Stage 5 Pothead, man. Snacks, treats, edibles, all that cool stuff, man. You're right here with the 748 podcast. Gerold Girbeau, Bottlepopper, DJ Phingaprint, and my man Pharaoh. Stage 5 Pothead. Yeah, man. Y'all keep it locked. 748 podcast. We ain't playing.
You know I love you, right?
Yes, sir. That's it, baby.
Thank you.
Urban City Podcast.